title of this mini podcast is Social Grace. The grasshopper left me this reminder one morning. Social grace has left this place. It almost had the feel of Elvis has left the building. Social graces are packing up and leaving town, sort of like the circus. The only difference is the circus is going to be back. I wish I could say the same about social graces, but I just don't see the evidence. Let me start with please and thank you. They're a shadow of their former selves. They used to be staples of our culture, but have all but disappeared. Personal point here, a large disappointment for me in the social media age is someone you know not responding to a personal email, text, etc. You may have sent off a friendly request for this or that, or just dropped them a note of thanks, or have sent them an article you saw online that made you think of them. The amount of no response is staggering and shows a lack of social grace. Here's what I found about many people lacking in social grace. They're struggling, often financially, usually for a lifetime. You may not have been taught social graces growing up, which gives you a legitimate excuse for not having them. But once you learn of their existence and choose not to adopt them, you will continue to struggle. When I observe people on the fringes of life, I notice a lack of social grace, which seems to be attached to an attitude of entitlement. They act entitled to whatever it is that you offered, and no thanks or acknowledgement is necessary. Too bad you can't live off entitlement, because if you could, these folks would be fabulously wealthy. Side note, it's my experience that people get tired of giving to entitled people, whether it be attention or something else, and eventually stop reaching out. And here's something I learned many years ago. If you change just one thing, subtle shifts take place within you, and other things start to change. I submit that if you start adopting social graces, you'll shed your attitude of entitlement and start reaping other benefits as well. There is a two-way street that opens up when you express thanks. Now, I could have made all this up, and frankly, I did. But what if my notion is correct? Wouldn't it be in your best interest to adopt social graces? Only entitlement stands in the way of you finding a better way. All the best, John.